all right? Y'all feeling all right? Good morning. I finally did it. I finally done it. I finally got on here in the morning because I got a big old problem with that. Anyway, how you doing? I want to go right on into the disclaimers so that people who are new to the chat will understand what's going on and what I'm putting down. Um, and of course, I didn't have that ready and out already, but I'm going to be talking about in this video my adventure going out of town and having a good time at the Chosen Few picnic. And I'm going to do that while I'm unpacking because those of you who have followed me over the years, I've got to make a point of making the things I do count. So this is multitasking. So let's begin. If you're a hot mess, love messiness as a cyber harassment, this video is not for you. And no, I don't have the fancy graphical version of this that comes with StreamYard when you pay. I just ain't got that kind of money. Not now anyway. I plan to be big balling soon at some point or eventually. But nevertheless, today we pitching pennies and it's really real around here. So I ain't got time to pay StreamYard so I can show this. If you're allergic to gaining knowledge, critical thinking, we are going to be talking about all those things throughout this video. Growing food as a man, surviving when shit hit the fan. Not so much time you living, but just living with other people in general. And you may hear a few expletives. So if you so saved and sanctified, your ears catch fire. If you hear curse words, this might not be the best video for you. And if you are fake, I can't do fake and phony. I believe in keeping it real. So I'm going to lay it out there, my real life. Some of what really happened to me. And invite you to join in on the discussion in the chat. This is an open chat today because I miss y'all. I've been out of town. I have not been doing my YouTube thing at all. Y'all know I've been MIA for a minute. And therefore, I miss y'all. And last but not least, I'm an Illinoisan. It's legal here. But I'm also a Bonafide certified card can't remember. Yeah, I paid them all them big bucks to be a medical cannabis registered qualifying patient. So I shall be self-medicating while we unpack. We're going to be unpacking some things. So yes, this is a cannabis-friendly channel. We're going to unpack some things today about my life. And if you want to stick around, you can. If not, stage left. You know what to do. I ain't going to hold nobody here who won't want to be held. I am learning so much about that. It's not even funny. Okay, now I've been going through changes with these ignition devices. So yeah, this video is all about me. Made notes to myself, so I won't be all over the place. See, I take this thing serious. I want to express myself. I'm going to get my point across. I also want you to join in. I really would like to have your opinion and feedback, and I want you to put it in the comments. If you want to replay, comments is more important to me than likes. But I am grateful and humble. If you like my video, please by all means like it. And if you care to subscribe because you think what I provide in this video is worth getting some more, subscribe. Anyway, so some of the things I'm going to talk about, of course, the Chosen Few picnic. Um, had a good time. Not as quite as good as I would have liked it to be, but I will explain that. Because throughout this, I'm gonna describe the adventure that I had going out. What's the significance of it? Why I want to talk about it in this video? Why do I want to talk about it in relation to these other things that I'm going to list? 'Cause it's 7 key points I want to talk about. I don't have it best organized as it could be, but I just had to get it out of my brain because I got one of them kind of brains, 8 feet brain, that it goes so fast that it don't land on the paper, so I can focus and bring myself back in. Anyway, back to the picnic. I went out of town to Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. I'm Chicago, born and bred all day long. I feel goofy when I represent Springfield, which is where I currently reside. The town Bart Simpson lived in. So I still claim Chicago. I will always be Chicagoan in my heart, true and true. But it's some things that I went through on this trip I want to discuss as it relates to me traveling, being a disabled individual, gardening, because that's definitely an issue. When you go out of town, your plants are at risk. So you have to do some planning ahead for that. And so also mental health. Child, you don't know whether you're going to encounter people on 10 or on 1, no matter where you go. So it's particularly stressful when you're out of town and you're out of your comfort zone. And you can't just say, I ain't got to deal with this shit. Let me go home. You can't do that when you're out of town. So I want to talk about that health and wellness and make the point of saying to you all, if you got some loved ones, check on your loved ones. Trust me, those strong ones, check on your strong ones. Check on the strong ones, because you know what? They need support too. They the ones that put on that strong front. They don't break down. They don't cry in front of nobody. But guess what? They crying inside. They need a hug. They may not express it. They got to stay strong. My auntie is one of them. That's why I'm determined to go back into town and be there for her, because she has been there for us multiple times, multiple situations, multiple loved ones that we lost. She is my auntie by marriage, but she definitely is one of those kinfolk that's not necessarily blood, but is thicker than water. We lost a cousin over this weekend, and my friend was doing her best to keep me cheered up and not think about it, because I didn't want, I really didn't want that to rain on the parade, the Chosen Few picnic. Not that it could, yeah, it could have. It could have. I could have slipped into a depression because that was a cousin, and that I grew up, that I knew. We grew up around each other, visiting each other, and being at each other's events. And this one particularly is a heavy hit because this cousin loved to barbecue. You know what? I gotta get another ignition tool, so bear with me for a second while I pause. I'm gonna pause here just a second. I'll be right back. Shoot, I think this the one gonna give me a copyright. Uh, okay, I'm back. And I don't see the comments. If it's any, may not be none. Anyway, so I'm going to continue. You can catch the replay. You know, once upon a time, YouTube wasn't on chats. And you didn't always have somebody in the chat. You just came on the camera and do you. So I'm doing me regardless. But if I get some feedback, you're welcome to join the chat. Oh, yeah, matter of fact, let me put the live stream invitation in the chat. So if you do want to hop on here, you can. But I'm going to continue the video until my Walmart delivery comes. Oh boy, I got lots to do, a lot going on and a lot to do. So as I stated earlier, I had, some things that I had to learn that I learned as a result of this trip. And I came on here this morning to share that with you. And hopefully some of the things that happened to me, you can learn from and take from. So anyway, I want to talk about traveling as a disabled person. I want to get a chance to get the garden tour in. If I can't, I'll just come back on later and do a tour. But it's more important for me to talk about this picnic. The Chosen Few picnic is my crowd. That's what I got in there. It's my age, so I don't feel out of place. I feel like that's my tribe. That's the Chosen Few picnic event is an event that I actually have taken my children with. We were going there traditionally. I've gone with my children. Wouldn't mind going with my grandchildren. But I know, learning from this experience, it has to be planned. That is not something you can do spontaneous on a whim at the last minute, especially particularly if you're disabled. It's challenging because you need to have places and things mapped out before you go. What's accessible, what's not. Those things are important, even if you don't see a wheelchair. Anyway, also I want to discuss all that went on as it relates to being a content creator. So I'm going to explain, that missing in action part. Some of my loyalist people have followed me and supported me financially on my website, and I appreciate that. But I know that you are annoyed that it's not up and running, especially when you pay for it. But I'm going to explain some of that stuff too, because it applies to all content creators, no matter what platform you use to create content. I want to speak on that. Today is the 8th. I have a bad habit of making notes, not putting the date on there, because I've had notes throughout the years of things that I have talked about on YouTube and things I want to talk about in my real life, because I want to develop a website. I should have been developed a website for my family, but that's neither here nor there. That's another one of those things. I just didn't manage to get around to it. So those of you who watch me over the years, that's a struggle, trying to get around to it. So this video represents one of those around to it that I needed to get to so that I don't screw up no more in my life. Okay, that's my lyrics. Over the years, I've made lots of videos that I wanted to do, and I'm glad I did that because this is, it's somewhat like a historical thing, like a diary. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. Oh, when you gonna ever get around to that one? Or I'm glad you did do that one. Check it off the list. You finished. So anyway, I'm rambling there. But yeah, I do have journals just for you too. So if any of y'all think this is a game, anybody who making any type of coinage, and any of those that plenty of those that don't make zero money just to get your videos viewed and continue to be in the stratosphere of the YouTube space. There's certain things you have to do, and that is be consistent. And that's what I have not been able to conquer, and I want to conquer it at some day. I'm announcing that I want to do a video a day, no matter what, because now that YouTube and came to their senses and they pushing and promoting shorts, I want to jump on here in the morning. That's why it was so important to me to get on here in the morning, because that's when I feel the best. That's when it's not so painful to walk. I have degenerative knees. I just went through the experience of going out of town, being with my friends, and them continuing to have an expectation of me that just is not there. My knees is fucked. It ain't gonna never be no time I jump and run. No time soon unless I get some new replacement legs like the bionic woman. Other than that, they are degenerating. So it is challenging for me to go to people's house because I'm tired of being a recluse. That is not my personality, as proven when I went to this Chosen Few picnic again. Over 30 years, I've been many times by myself, many times as a single person, as a young person, and then sometimes as a parent, because I brought my kids. It's definitely a wholesome enough place to bring your kids and they have a good time. Because I remember my first time I took my son when we was leaving, as we was leaving, he was like, "Can we go tomorrow? Can we come back tomorrow?" And I just had to laugh because, we wait all year for this one day. Real true house heads. We wait all year for this one day to celebrate our house music allegiance and pledge to death do us part. I will always be a house head, house for life, house head for life. So if you made it this far in this video, please drop in the comments house head for life if you love house music like I do. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I don't want to play it throughout the whole time. But I was definitely enjoying Mike Dunn, which I did put the link in the description for the video. So now let's get into the video. This morning I got a lot going on. I got a lot to do. I got to go pay my rent. Begged and pleaded about that late fee because I wasn't planning on being in Chicago beyond the second, too much beyond the second. I pretty much just wanted to go to the concert and come back. Come right back because I know that my house is the only place where I can be reasonably accommodated and have certain expectations that things are more accommodating to my disabilities. You can't do that at other people's house. So I can't force other people to buy a toilet, but I did mention it to my friend who I stayed with, since they are renovating the bathroom, suggested that buy a taller toilet, because that's one of those things that it's not going to cost you more to get that taller toilet, but you're considering redecorating the whole thing and changing stuff out. That might be one of the things you change out since you have a disabled friend. But since I don't have a label that goes across my forehead and say my disability is sitting and standing on low places. So if that sit place is lower than 90 degrees, I need degree angle. I can't get up. I need assistance. It's embarrassing. I don't want to ask for help. I just want to be able to help myself up, but I can't do it without a great struggle. So I finally told my friend, okay, you quickly stated that I don't come here often enough for you to make that kind of change. But I'm hoping that the one day never happens that I either break my hip or you're a toilet because I'm struggling trying to get up off of it. Okay. So you don't have to change it, but I just thought I'd let you know that's one of the issues, and that's a possibility. So yeah, um, so yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to discuss about invisible disabilities. Um, that's second on the list. Uh, I'm sick of being invisible because a lot of the accommodations people don't even bother giving me because they don't see my disability. You can't see it. You can't see degenerated knees unless I guess if I walk around with knee braces. So people will say, well, maybe perhaps she injured or she got a problem or issue there. But I don't even do that. But I feel like I'm forced to have to because the only reason why I get the accommodations that I do, I feel at this time, is because I have a cane and I have to walk with a cane. I ain't got no choice because each step is treacherous, and not because I can't walk. It's because when you get older, you age, you lose your balance. So I don't want to just sit here and be on a pity party. I appreciate my friend who won't let me be on a pity party, and my sister. But my sister has compassion because she's dealing with some of the same issues, and my friend, she don't have the same issues, so she's a little bit harsh sometimes with her comments. So I have set myself up for physical therapy because my arm here, what nobody can see, and y'all seeing the reverse because this is my left arm, even though it appears to be on the right side of you. That is as far as I can go without being. It hurts now, but if I try to reach up, side, down, round, that pain. And I've been like that. My arm been messed up like that for a while now, pretty much since I went to my daughter's house in February this year. So uh, I'm scheduled to get evaluated, and I'm going to be begging for a cortisone shot so I can function again. Because some of these things, that you got to do for anything, for your life and video production, requires me to raise my arm. So, like, I can't even do a selfie. If I want to do a selfie, that hurts. And I need relief from that. Because it really is hurting my consistency or motivation to create video footage. And videos is what I love to do, not photographs. 'Cause I get requests for pictures all the time, but pictures bore me. So I want to get back to what's fun to me. Fun to me is the videos. I can't I can't hold the camera up. I'm in too much pain. Um, what else do I want to say about that? Oh yeah, so I've been looking into other things because traveling, I realized you gotta BYOB, bring your own booby traps. So I pretty much think that I gotta bring my own toilet seat stander upper, something that I can fold up and actually or break down apart and put it in my luggage, and a scooter. Because that chosen few picnic, we picked the entrance because I knew I could not get through them crowds. I wasn't even gonna try. So I was happy with the location, but I wasn't happy with the location from the point of view where I was trying to be fast and meet somebody. Okay. But I realized it wasn't a location that was the problem. Really, not for real, for real. it really was who I went with. So I learned a valuable lesson. Even back in the day, when my girlfriends turned me out to these so-called clubs, I went solo because I found myself more often than not when somebody was ready to go, I wasn't ready to go. Or if I was ready to go, they wasn't ready to go. And that's a problem. I want to be free to go whenever I decide I want to go. Or come back, maybe, perhaps. Nevertheless, you can do that going solo. Next time I'll be like, hey girl, I'll meet you there. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see you. Because even I was trying to plan this with my brother. I became the third leg. It was cool. It was my brother when he was like, yeah, yeah, we go in, we get a hotel. Yeah, yeah, they all sound good. Then he hooked up with his wife. His wife is in town. And I want to be with you and your wife. Ex-wife, actually. I sure don't want to be around something jump off with that situation. So no, that wasn't the best situation. So solo dolo. And solo dolo. Then I'm gonna have to be ready for every situation. Because so right back here behind me, this clutter you see back here. I got it for demonstration purposes. Let me give you over some more. Okay, so that little cute little apple bag and that little blue cooler and the backpack. That was my travel ensemble. That was allowable on the train. Nobody gave me no issue. It wasn't too big. I get everything I think I wanted in. And plus, if I wanted to get some extra, I will always make sure I had, um, you know, one of these I thought I had one. Easy to get to, but anyway, a reusable grocery bag. For example, I would have that in the front pocket because you never go out of town with shopping for something. Like while I was out of town, I actually got a dishwasher. Why? Because I knew when I got home, I was gonna need it. I had it. I wouldn't necessarily go to the store like as of today. I'm not gonna go to the store just for a bottle of dishwashing liquid. I gotta get this rent to my landlord as soon as possible. So I ain't gonna be on here too long. But I definitely do need some white noise in the background. Uh, and continue to talk about this picnic. Um, so now me going as an old person, I gotta have a new strategy. Going as a young person was one thing, and going as a parent was another thing. With my boys, when we go with my boys, I got spoiled to that. We pitched the tent. We could carry all this stuff, pitch the tent up, have a little grill, or buy it when we get there, a little mini one, and do our thing. In fact, when I was telling my sons I was going this year, oh my goodness, a Hurricane Bonnie coming through. Um, when I would take my son, when I told them about this year I was going, they were talking about, oh, that make me sad. I want to go too. I was like, no, I don't want you to go. This is the one time I want to go as a single person so I could be fast. I don't know. I don't want to be a third leg. Now I want no cheering. Okay. I lost my place. What am I doing? DJ, you're fired. Okay, just so for it won't be no deafening silence to me, I'm just gonna start this one. Oh because I get nervous when it's silent, so I want to stay on track. And that white noise, house music in the background help me do that. Okay. Is it on? Is it on? Is it on? Is this thing recording? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it ain't working. So I guess I have to keep talking. What technical difficulties? Yeah, I missed my tablet and I managed to crack the screen. The little one I let my little 4-year-old play with while she was here. I cracked the screen.
Connected to SM900P and LAPTO125.
Okay, play. I don't know why it's not working. Do I have to do the Bluetooth again?
SM900P disconnected.
Okay, I thought I had this all done. But I had to start all over. Yeah, shoot the DJ.
Connected to LAPTO125 and SM900P.
And much as I try not to have a silent dead moment, I still do. I still do. I still have it.
Icon SM900P connected to SM900P.
It ain't gonna allow me. It ain't allowing me to connect.
Disconnected. Ready to connect. Connected to SM900P.
And me trying to figure it out always create the silence that makes me nervous. That get on my nerve. 7 new notifications. Hey Roy, how you doing? Hey Christy Lewis, just catching up. All your life you had to fight for the music during all my life, child. All my life. I had to fight. Now I had this shit going. I really got a recording. I really did a test run. I really got a proof that it was working just fine before I went live. How was your holiday? Now I had a semi good time. The part that made it not so good is our friend. So I'll be talking about that. Family and friends. Family and friends, they both have a way of getting on your goddamn nerve. And so I got one friend that they couldn't be bothered. They don't need no friends. They don't need no family. Uh, they don't need nobody. But I can't tell you that. I need my friends and I need my family, and I thank God for them because I'm truly blessed to have both. Because some don't have either. Uh, you spent it working. I'm so glad you're getting out and about. Yeah, I'm getting out and about, girl, traveling. That was, oh, I was too hyped for that. I could not wait. I could not wait. Trust and believe it. I was on that train. Now, me and my brother was planning it a month ago. He's like, I got you, me and you, because he a house here too. I got your back, big sister. I got your back. We going to do this. We going to do that. Woo, woo, woo. We going to get a hotel room. We got you. We ain't going to have to worry about woo, 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 this, woo, that. Then that plan changed when his ex-wife came along. So I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want to be the third leg. But I'm going to be up in that number. So I'll see you, little brother. I'll meet you there. Good thing I did not go with him. Because his wife got tested positive, but you don't wish that on nobody, but she tested positive for COVID, which means I would have been stuck there in quarantine and couldn't travel. So I dodged the bullet on that one. So I'm very glad of that, but I'm glad they're doing well. My brother back in town now, but I would have missed the whole picnic and been stuck with the two of them as a third leg. No, man, Pam. Mm-mm. So I'm gonna shout out my friend Will, who gifted me going to the picnic because that shit used to be free. That's why we went every year. Now that shit costs $60. Oh no, I found out ain't nothing wrong with solo because I am an outgoing person. I'm not flamboyant. So don't get me wrong. I'm not just out there. Some people just out there and gotta be seen. I'm real laid back. But I have zero fear of initiating a conversation with whoever. It's not just not no thing to me. But my friend, on the other hand, soon as she said, there go a cute guy, I walked up to the cute guy, the guy that she thought was cute, and said, you having a good time? To try to get them to come into our universe or where we were sitting at the picnic. Why? Because that's a good opening line. That's not saying I'm desperate. That's not saying I want you. I want your body. I want to go out with you. I want to fuck you. You just say, are you having a good time? And then you just say yes or no. And you could begin a conversation. How long you been going to the picnic? You know, do you go with your family? How many of these people? Like my brother is a walking history. I keep forgetting the time to record on because he know these house music legends personally, where they used to go to the club together, and he got a playlist off the chain. But anyway, I didn't want to be the third leg with him at all. Anyway, I had a good time. I got one good picture of me in the crowd. That's good enough for me. I wouldn't have been comfortable staying in the crowd and dancing. In a way, I kind of think I got to give that up when I go to an event like this because I have to be strategically near an exit and the porta potty. Which, by the way, shout out to the company. I took pictures. I'm going to put together a clip of the whole thing because I got pictures of me and my friend. You have to get permissions because some people don't want to be on social media at all, especially and particularly the school teachers. So I might have to blur her out or something. But I'm gonna do some edits, and I am gonna post the picnic because for two reasons. That's the part of videos that I love. This one, going live and just being yourself, and being vulnerable and transparent. Well, that's not so easy for me, even though it might seem like I'm comfortable. I get stage fright. I panic all the way to the 10 when my music didn't work and I had it working when I started this video. But I'm not going to freak out and get anxiety over it and keep on pushing through this video because I need to get around to it. So all this stuff that I got paraded in the kitchen piled up in the kitchen can go to their prospective places. uh, and out my kitchen. And I do it like that because it bothers me when it's in the kitchen. If it was all in my room, I'll just walk past it, and when I get around to it, I get around to it. But in my kitchen, it's making me force me to do what I gotta do with it. And I want to talk about it as I unpack, because I had some good purchases, some not so good purchases, some hits and misses in a haul. So I couldn't really name the places. And I heard, some people say you can't really be saying, the brand name, like you say Walmart. I don't know. I have to look into it, but I don't know. But I am going to become. That's one of my goals, and that's I'm going to talk about in this video as a content creator. If you're considering getting in the game, I got a few tips. Talk about that with content creation. Um, my love and my passion is to edit to videos. And I'm gonna have to keep it real with myself on that, because um, uh, you can do some things because you know it's the right thing to do, and you hear the voice of the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, say, if not you, then who? So I know it's me for some things, because I've been talking about solar for 3 years. And you would think people would be banging my door to find out where the opportunities are, how you could get it, what's the tips. They not. They still just not doing it. Where y'all at, it's the controversy. If it's fucked up and weird, like that shit that jumped off 4th of July, ooh, and I'm so glad we missed that bullshit. The shooting, the mass shooting, yes, I heard about it. Yes, that was around where I was at, but I wasn't at that town. When we went to the picnic and we was sitting on our fat hands with my fat behind and watching it on the news, which is still just as fucked up. You mean to tell me you got to be scared to go to these goddamn events because you got to worry about Billy Bob with an AK-47 assault rifle? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Really? Really, for real, for real. I wanted to talk about that, but I was trying not to be sad because y'all, I lost a loved one. My cousin Ray Ray. I don't have a picture handy right now. Well, I might do on this phone, but he passed away, and it was health reasons. And then that freak that launched the assault on innocent people like that. It's like, you want to have a death penalty, but then I just don't believe in anybody taking life, not unless it's defensive thing. Not even if you deserve it, like you a mass murderer or something, or even abortion. Because I'm with. I said I got to get more bold with my opinions and come out and speak out on things I feel strongly about. Same with abortion. I'm glad Roe v. versus Wade was over fucking turned, because we got some baby momzillas that ain't using that the right way, and it shouldn't be on the government dime, no kind of way. Yeah, I'm trying to declutter too. That's what I'm doing. That's the point purpose of the video. That was the point and purpose of me coming out. It was a late. I had, I've had quite a few over the course of 10 years hiatuses where I didn't make video, and I come back. And one of the things that made me come back on this last trip was a lady who was brave enough to come out with her clutter. And she had several surgeries. Like, I think she had a spine surgery, some shit with her knees too. And at the time when I discovered I ain't had no back issue. And so, and on her channel, by the way, is My New Me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down. Let me write that down. My New Me, because she's still in the game, and she passed me right on by. She had fewer, subscribers than I did when I, ran into her, and I supported her Patreon for a long time. And she continued to do videos, and she just had this nice and calm voice, and people would suggest it to her all the time because she could do audio books and stuff. just because of her voice. But she just came out with the very basic minimum of equipment. All she had was her little phone, and she would crack a joke of how everything in her house become the tripod, because I did the same thing too. Fuck what you heard. I don't have all fancy stuff, but I'll sit, my phone and shit up on the counter with the wipes. That would be my tripod. Um, and so now she got a huge following now because I guess she just resonated with people. She just being herself. When I met her, she barely had any. And she didn't turn and change it to a commercial type of person either, because I did just visit recently, and her son went to the tiny light. I didn't know she was going in that direction, because when I met her online and started following her, she was in a house. They weren't even threatening to leave the house. But I think, because of her health issues, her hip and stuff, it was certain things they was considering because of that, and I'm really doing the same thing. It's too much. So I'm gonna show y'all what I was lugging around in Chicago. It was just too goddamn much. Too much. I can't do it. When I was young, I could lug and haul anything. And man, yeah, I need that white noise. I'm glad you reminded me. I do like the clutter videos too. I now when somebody tried to talk shit to me, like, you need to clean that nasty house, somebody came on there and said that to me, and I don't even know what I was talking about on that video. But certainly it was not necessary for her to be negative or nasty coming on there with that bullshit. Because I seen this lady, the one that, she said, my new me. Let me put that in. I need to type that in. That way I can read y'all. And she's just sweet as she could be. Channel just freaking blew up. She ain't do nothing, any, particular special. That's why I know you don't have to, have a certain persona. You could be real boring, because some of the most popular tech videos that I watch, it's real boring. You said mine's the only one with house music, which, by the way, I want to get that on, child. Ooh, hunted. Ooh, Mike Dunn did his thing. He did his thing. The person who treated me to the concert, he asked me, did I get to see any of the live performances? Because there were live performances I was excited to see and wanted to see, but we didn't actually get to see. But we heard them. So to me, being in the number and hearing it was just as good. I don't have to be up there. That's the young people stuff. I got to be by the porta party. I just go in there in the crowd and take me a little picture with me dancing. I may have to make sure I have a camera with me, that I don't care if somebody run off with it if they ain't on the up and up. But I need to be able to hand somebody else the camera so they can see me doing the thing. Because you can't see me doing the thing. I'm the cameraman. That's what messed up all my footage, which ain't really a mess up, but people who like to see me, it is. I didn't get me in it, just face. So I need a cameraman. Next time I have to plan that so I can meet up with somebody who want to be my cameraman. We go there and shake it all night long. Me, him, and the camera. And I want that house music back, baby. I mean, Mike Dunn, he did his dang on thing, and I did put that link. If you want to hear this one, I did put that in the description. I hope I don't get copyright, but this is one of those. I don't care. I'm not getting paid for YouTube anyway, but I was getting paid for my real life websites, who people was paying memberships to, that I didn't have to have 1,000 people in the chat, 4,000 people for 1,000 views. I got paid the first day. I gotta bring that back. I gotta get back on my grind. It's not fair to them. They've been supportive, and I was just shocked to see they were still supporting me, even though the whole damn website is gone. And I'll come back and tell that story. That's separate than this picnic. I want to focus on the picnic, how it relates to me, things that I learned, what I want to change and do differently. And I definitely want to change that part of me. I want to change being such a pack rat. You said just that, you said just, what do you say? See, I need my glasses. My girlfriend was getting on my case because she's the only girlfriend that got the same, grade of hair. I don't even know what number I am. I don't think I'm 4C because definitely I don't have that texture. But we had the same texture and the same eyesight, and she was getting on my case about not wearing my glasses. I ain't worn my glasses in 5 years. I'm mad because I spent good money. I didn't do the cheap route because people was getting on my case about being so cheap. And so I paid good money for it, not being so cheap. Had 3 pair now. Because my sister used to get on my case. I don't understand people who know they need to wear glasses, why they don't have a backup, why they don't have a spare. Okay, Wanda. Now I bought 3. Guess what? I lost all 3. And I didn't want to go buy 3 more. And 1 year went by, another year, one day go by, another year. So I'm gonna post a disclaimer too about copyright because I don't know how the DJs get away with it, but I definitely want to play Mike Dunn in this one because he did his motherfucking thing. Definitely came hard with the old school. What's really house because this ain't techno, and y'all gonna find out what it is. It ain't techno. So you people think house music is techno. House music is what you want to hear on this one. If I ever get it to connect. You know what I'm think I had to turn everything off. Hey Roy, thank you. You think I was looking good? So I'm gonna tell you a story about that. Looking good. Another mistake I made traveling.
Battery 100%. Connected to SM900B.
Looking good. I second guess myself. I second guess myself so badly, and I can kick myself for second guessing myself on what I'm wearing. Cause my friend said, "What you gonna wear to the house music picnic?" And I said this, but that ain't what I wore. I second guessed myself, and what I wore it wasn't bad, but it didn't. I didn't quite. It didn't have that punch. I needed to have some punching somewhere on it, and nothing was punching. It was pretty, but it didn't look like I was ready to dance. So I definitely didn't get asked to dance, and nobody started to dance with me. So I think I got to spike that up. Man, I want this to play so bad. Let me see, can I play it on YouTube? Oh shit, that's right. Well, anyway, I had it going just fine. Now I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I tried it. I had 2 hours to do it, and did a trial run. I mean, I got a recording. I could prove it. I could prove it. I don't know what it is. Do I got it on mute accidentally somewhere? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think I can. I don't think I can connect the laptop to it while I'm on this live. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know why it's not going, y'all. I mean, you heard it, the intro. The intro on this video had. I'm gonna start it all over.
L8 LN25 disconnected. SM900P disconnected.
I disconnected everything. So I'm just gonna try one more time, just the phone. And see, this also another issue that I had as a techie going to this picnic. You said it's time for new classes. Find a place that you would put in a new prescription in your good frames. Okay, yeah, well, that part. My frames that I just love, they quirky, they big, big old, big. Y'all seen it? If y'all see my videos when I was following Kaya and T.S. Madison, I was doing my commentary about that. I like those. Um, as scared as I am going under the knife, scared as I am of going under the knife, I I just don't like glasses. I would rather do the LASIK surgery. Believe it or not, when I seen Kim Kardashian get it done, I had less fear. I mean, I know I could get that one drunk one or no ain't no good one like Michael Jackson did, but I just hate glasses. I hate it that much. I hated that much, but I could have benefited from being able to see where I was going and see who was looking at me. Perhaps I missed a few that was winking or looking at me because I didn't have my glasses on. Hey, Seattle girl, okay, look who showed up. I got to put one in the air for you because I definitely went up there with Eli, who whole bunch of that, turning my friends out in the Chi-Town, telling them about my Seattle friend. And one of them actually wants to move to where you at, girl. She was asking me, um, is it really rain? Do it really rain like that in Seattle? I said, yeah, my friend says it does. But you was the one that hooked me up with that CBD medicine. Believe me, I wouldn't be in no mood to do this video. I didn't have no help along the way because they don't prescribe you opioids and none of that. And you better believe me going through that picnic, through public transportation to get to my friend's house, go to the picnic, walk with her from the parking lot to the picnic area, go on in there into the crowd and get it going on, child. That was no joke at all for a person with fibromyalgia. So that made me have plenty to get lifted. I don't know why I keep picking up this one. I need to refill the refill the tank. Yes. I'm gonna try to hook this up with a different device. Let me see, can I hook it up to my phone? I hate to hook it up to my phone because if something happened, my family can't get through because I'm shaking my ass on a YouTube video. Um, that wouldn't be a good look. But I gotta put y'all on Mike Dunn. Mike Dunn did his motherfucking thing at this picnic this year. Okay, he made up for lost time. Yes, God. But this is one of the old ones I was playing, and I'm playing it on purpose. So I hope not to get a copyright because he don't have a copyright on his. So when I see it, don't the bots didn't get him, I'll pick that one to play in mine. It's a good one. Come on through, Mike Dunn. Mm. See, it's silent again. I hate looking and not finding. I had it set. I had it set on this phone, and now I can't find it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's why I want this phone to work. I want to keep my real phone open for my family or shit business that I need to take care of. Ooh, I'll be glad when the check come through for me from the babysitting. It break my heart that I don't get to babysit my grandbaby no more. I want to talk about that in future videos because I'm with it to be calling out black women bad behavior. I would say not black women because this should be cutting across all demographics. Baby momzillas who think they the sole ruler over the grandchildren or children. Let me rephrase that. It's just grand to me. They the sole ruler over the child because of their coochie, because they walked around with it in their womb and pushed it out their coochie. No, ma'am, Pam, because on no day can you impregnate yourself. You better recognize the significance and importance of having the other parent around because it takes motherfucking two and some more. Okay? Stupid, stupid baby mamas. Stupid baby mamas. My sons want me to speak out on them. And I want to help them with that cause. Because, see, if they come out and say it, then you be saying a black man putting a woman down. We don't need no more Tommy Solomon. Don't. It's going to be a black woman putting your motherfucking ass down. Because when you engage in the act of parental alienation, bitch, you're breaking the law for one. And you just lucky my sons don't want no part of being in no court. But I educate they motherfucking ass. And finally, they done put their big boy drawers on and both of them done filed papers. And you're not going to win. They don't even understand. They don't even understand. This Illinois, don't play them goofy games in Illinois because Illinois has the strongest father rights laws on the books in all 50 states. They fucking with the right one. They fuck with the right one. My son is locked up, the youngest one, right now. He's sad about that, but you best believe he is upholding and maintaining his full parental rights and trying to get the rights of the boy, the little boy, the newest one. He already got that for his daughter. Don't play. Being in jail and pulling up a man's criminal record ain't gonna sever his parental rights, bitch. His traffic life ain't gonna do it. His traffic record ain't gonna X him out. He could be a murderer, matter of fact, motherfucking incest related. Oh, y'all forgot about the rapper, uh the Fugees, Lauren Hill. You forgot about that motherfucker. Fucked all his daughters and still maintain his motherfucking parental rights. You better trust, know, and motherfucking believe that. You each, ooh, the baby momzillas we done had to deal with because these bitches think that they the god over the child because it came out their stomach. That's the law though. That's the problem, is the law. They gave you that power because bitch, you should not have that much power. You should not even have that power to kill that motherfucker. You know why? Because I've met real life motherfuckers who under the rape and incest conditions still wanted their motherfucking baby, and that baby was glad their mother let their motherfucking live. Okay. So yes, I'm one of those staunch conservative view on that. You don't have no right to kill no motherfucking body unless it's going to be a risk of life to you. Now you do have a right to choose yourself because self-preservation is the absolute law of nature. But some women sacrifice their own life to bring your motherfucking bitch ass in, and you should be grateful for that. Okay? Okay. So yeah, I'm glad Roe versus Wade is been knocked the fuck down. Because too many of you bitches had too much power. Because a man should have a say on whether that baby come to this world or not. It ain't up to your womb and your body. See, that decision you should have made before your body got in that condition. That's where you had the most power and control over that shit. You don't do it ass backwards the other way around. Oops. No. Ain't no oops. I don't care what you believe in, but God intended that baby to be. Because it was. It is. So, yeah. That being said, that's what I said. I said what I said. I done stutter. You will be hearing more about that from me.
Agree 100%. Note to SM900.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be live stream. No, because the beginning of it was working fine. I don't get it. The beginning was live. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what changed. So I'm gonna turn it all the way off. No lights.
Battery 100%. Battery 100%.
Let me see.
Message queue. SN900P. Connected to SN900P.
And see, there go that silence I can't stand, y'all. Cause my technical difficulties. See, I need a team. I need a team of people to help me, child. It ain't going. It ain't cooperating with me today. So I guess it ain't meant to be. So I'm gonna continue talking about my clutter. That's what the rest of this will be. Um, I'm gonna say a disclaimer about the music. This is just for entertainment. I don't plan to make no money from it. I'm gonna try it one more time with a different device, which I already said I did not want. I did not want to. I didn't want to. No, I don't want to do that either. Yes, I do. I do want to do that. Let's see. Oh, that's right. The picnic ain't on here. Oh, but I could get it on YouTube. I could get it on YouTube. It's more than one way to solve a problem. And speaking of which, that is on my list about critical thinking. Y'all wondering if she gonna ever bring that back? Yeah, I am. It came out. I don't know if I'm on the right section. Anyway, it's on here. It's on my list to do. Yes, critical thinking. Oh my God. What I was shocked in my personal life was to see teachers say that critical thinking can't be taught. And I'm just living proof that that's just so wrong. It's not true. It's not true at all. And I even then, I told them my story. Roe vs. Wade also included rape and incest empowerment cases with children. They should have left options for those cases. 9-year olds should not be subjected to carrying a child to term. Okay, I mean, I feel like each situation should be analyzed individually because I venture to say if you eliminate the economic crisis that a woman have for abortion, you will get more births coming to this world. Usually it's an economic problem. And I thank God the situation was like that for my youngest because he wouldn't be here. Had it been left up to me, he would not have ever existed. And therefore I would not have my granddaughter who I just love. She's a family favorite. Who am I? So who am I to determine that for somebody? Because I'm embarrassed about what I did as a grown ass woman who didn't have no gun up to her head when she did it. So it wasn't rape or incest, and I was still choosing to take somebody's life because of my own selfishness. No, I think it should be definitely examined a whole lot closer because I met real life people who said, I'm glad my mother had me. It was a result of incest, it was a result of rape. I'm glad we have each other because we don't have nobody else. Things like that. It just changed. And then all the chicks that I consulted with, who, when I was making my decision about taking someone's life, took somebody's life already. And I asked them because I wanted to know their opinion most because I felt like someone who had done it already had the most to say about it. And unanimously, with the exception of one, the people that I knew personally, like sisters and friends and relatives, other relatives, who actually chose to not bring a baby to term, what they had to say about it. And with the compelling unanimous thing where they was like, don't do it because they was trying to convince me not to do it, I still went in there to get it done. Still went in there to get it done. And I'll tell y'all in a minute what saved my son's life. Because I went to get it done. So, um, yeah, I changed to pro-life. I'm a pro-lifer. I used to be pro-choice all my life because I didn't never want to have kids. I got three, and I would not want to be in a world where they don't exist. I love every last one of them. Glad they're here. Glad that I was a vessel and used for the universe because some people had never experienced that. And I got three, so it's a blessing. I probably should be considering this a blessing too, because uh, I'll probably end up with a strike if I insist on the music in the background. But I really do want to play this one. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, that's the other thing. They have commercials. So yeah, the real fact and truth of my situation. I went to a clinic for what I thought was a procedure, my procedure day, and it turned out the clinic that I was going for my procedure was not was not a was not an abortion clinic, but in fact a pro-life clinic. And so when I was my turn, called my name to do the procedure, they pulled me into the room and started praying for me and said, "You already, got one sin going, why make it two?" It was simple as that. And that saved my son's life. It was a pro-choice clinic posed as an abortion clinic, offering free birth control. I mean, not birth control, free pregnancy tests. You said states like Mississippi have determined. Hold on, I need my bifocals. My phone not picking it up either. I don't know what's canceling out. My Bluetooth is failed. It's failing me. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to him because it was very quite a few situations that I feel like, considering I was in a room full of teachers, um, we could do better. I would be thinking, we should be able to teach that. They were having a discussion that, it's not teachable. I disagree. So I proceeded to tell my story about how the number one mortality rate in my son's school was black women with black boys. It was an all-out season. His books been written about it. Assault on black boy. They were getting killed in numerous ways. Gang banging, you have it. Young boys and black women. We was dropping like flies from heart disease and high blood pressure, diabetes. So they implemented a program called ICPS. That's where I get it from. And it helps you establish a way to dialogue and solve problems. even in any situation. And believe me, none of us became experts because there have all been situations where we still ended up yelling at each other. We didn't get our points across, and raw nerves and people in their feelings. But me and my children, I see it. I see the difference just in way other people relate to their kids and other situations I come into. I see a significant difference in the way we communicate with each other compared to other people. I think it's a wonderful thing that both of my kids will call. I mean, not both of my kids, all three of my kids. I got three. I don't know why I said both, but the most recent I talked to was my two oldest, reminded me about, your critical thinking, mom. Think about it. Woo, woo, woo. And I was like, okay, I see you didn't forget it. And I was appreciative that they was reminding me, yeah, you could think of a different way to do things. Because I was quite frustrated with the traveling process, the having to explain to people why I need accommodation. Like bus drivers don't routinely put the ramp down. I just beg any bus driver or anybody that's a bus driver, let them know you might feel lazy about pulling that ramp out, but you would not believe how many people need that ramp that's not in a wheelchair. A wheelchair is not your only clue to a person needing that particular device. And if you go into your policy and procedure, believe me, I have challenged bus companies on this matter, and they tell you themselves that everybody is qualified for that ramp, no matter what the need. You should be able to ask for it, and the person just put it down. But it's some ignorant motherfuckers out there that ain't read damn book nowhere, no kind of way, and just determined for everybody that the only person that deserves the ramp on a bus is the wheelchair person. It's not true. I cannot do stairs. My best friend, I love her to death, but one thing I'm making sure I plan for the next picnic is for me to have a wheelchair accessible place to stay. I can't do her stairs no more. I tried to be sociable. I didn't want to be a party pooper. She don't want to hear me to complain about as I struggle up the stairs. She got the keep it pushing mentality, and yeah, I try to keep it pushing, but these stairs absolutely frighten me. Not only the fact that I have actually fell down less stairs at my own place of residence, which is why I moved to a residence that had even fewer stairs than that. I only had 4 steps in that case, but they was 4 tall, thick steps that are difficult to go up and down. And I fell down one day. The banister broke from under me, and I went tumbling to the ground. In that case, I injured my back, a new injury that I didn't have. So I have back issues now. I'm not going to be trying to explain that to my friend when I go back in town. It's not going to be personal. I just know I have to have, a hotel, of my own, a separate space than, relatives. Because like now I got to go back for a funeral. It's not nobody's place that I really actually want to stay. Even if they open up their doors and let me stay. Hey, Dean, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. I'm just talking about my life, and we're going to get through this thing and the clutter and all that. And I'm trying not my life to not be ruined because my light should be off today, as of today. Well, actually, yesterday. So I'm thanking God they still are on at this moment, but I got to take care of that too. So this video is about my picnic, which I had a good time, and I'm real angry that my Bluetooth ain't cooperating with me. I'm mad about that. Because it won't just go off. Okay, now it's off. Now I'm going to try it one more once again. Because this is the real house music. What people don't know is that really house music is just the 70s music going underground. Because white people hated on disco. Only person who hates disco is a motherfucker who can't dance. Okay? Because this was music made to make you dance. So In Chicago, it was a real racist thing in our face. A famous DJ uh, had a day where they trashed all the disco records and they was not going to play them no more. So classic people like Donna Summer, as opposed to the average singers of today that get up there, Donna Summer could sing. Okay, she could sing her ass off. And and it went underground. It went underground and played in the gay clubs to become house. Okay, I'm trying to connect this thing one more time. I hope it connects. If it don't, I'm just gonna keep talking. It just has to be silent and be spaces. And if y'all want to come up and join me in the chat, you can, because I do want to discuss critical thinking. I got that on my notes too. You know, because there were a couple instances where critical thinking was not being done by adults who clearly should know better, but they don't, and it should be taught. It should be taught. Because some of these baby momzillas, that's what their biggest problem is. They don't have the ability to critically think. It's all about them. What critical thinking teaches you, number one, it teaches you to think beyond yourself because it is not just all about you. Okay? And I get sick of all these people on YouTube. They gonna, they gonna diagnose people that narcissists. I be tripping every time somebody bring up the word narcissist. That shit get on my nerve. I got two narcissistic people. One I fucked the shit out of, and then one I gave birth to. Okay, I love both of them. Very narcissistic, but we all are. The part of narcissism that is present in everybody, everywhere. Every baby that's ever been born ain't never gave a damn about how much sleep you got the night before when he hungry, wet, or tired. He don't give a damn. It's just what it is. And you learn how to be less narcissistic, but we still pretty much all are narcissistic in our own ways. Even social media. This is a narcissistic thing. To Facebook to get on the status and what's on your mind. Most people don't give a fuck. What's on your mind? I'm just happy it's one or two that do. And that's good enough for me. I ain't never come on here to get famous, but I did get internet famous for another part of my body besides my brain. And this Nay Love is just representing me changing. I wanted to change. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna cooperate with me. Oh, I'm gonna tear it up trying. I tried again and again. I thought y'all was gonna get some authentic house. I guess the universe said no, Pamela, no can do.
Connected to SM900P.
Okay, it says it's connected. Now let's get to the music. I don't hear nothing. You ain't gonna cooperate with me. You said you liked your critical thinking, the adult edition. If there was a way for the teachers and parents to use it to improve their communication skills, they would understand and embrace it. Right. And so I came up with two. I don't know what's today's date is. I kept saying one of the problems I was limited to thinking Thursday, but I just like the way that sounds. I want to associate the day with that thing, thinking Thursday, but it could be other days because I really think we need critical thinking lessons every day, all the time. Um, and everybody is a narcissist. a bad raving narcissist. We all come here narcissistic. It's all about you and nobody else. But it's your job, where it's the parent's job to teach a child what they can and cannot do. And some people don't get that lesson because the parents are still in their throes of development, stuck. Some are stuck and not willing to change. And it can't be a way where it could, unfortunately, people ain't willing to read, We was given the book, and I told y'all I was giving it away, but don't nobody run and line up to get that book. But it's called Raising a Thinking Child. Just in case somebody is listening, that will go get that book. Hey, sugar, how you doing, Kareem? You said I love you, sister. I'm so happy you said, yeah, me too, because that was crazy. We coming off of that good ass time we had at the picnic to come home to that bullshit. We making plans, about our family and stuff. And that shit happened. Like, damn, like it just takes all the festive feeling you had out. Because I hate those people lost their life. Innocent people ain't doing shit to nobody. Motherfucking freak. And then I had my own personal news. I actually got the news at the picnic. My brother was blowing up my phone. Now my brother's the main one. Don't use the phone. Don't answer calls. Never ever. And he was blowing it up. I was ignoring it because I was thinking, it wasn't, more important than me enjoying the picnic. But after I put one up for you too, Corinne. And this is CBD that my girl Seattle girl hooked me up with. And anyway, my brother, by the time third time coming through on my phone, I'm like, no, it's something going on. And it turned out my cousin lost his life in his health reason. He's younger than I am. I was like they big sister. I was the big everything. People don't understand that pecking order is a real thing. I got a friend that be talking about, it's an online friend. I stay in contact with him because he's a follower, fan, whatever you want to call it. But it's a friend. And he always talking about how he can't be bothered with family. He don't want to be bothered with nobody. He don't need no people. I say I'm not like that, but it's ending up like that because of my lifestyle. Nobody want to invite the lady that's always hurting to no events because nobody want to hear that. Oh, I'm hurting so bad. That's because that's a Debbie Downer. That's a downer on the event. So I got invited to less and less stuff. And me, I enjoy my own company. So I didn't miss all that, not really for real, because I know how to entertain myself. But there came a point in time where, you know what? You really do need to know what's going on in this world. Because I was oblivious to it. Like, I didn't know the Texas thing went down like it did until my family started posting something on Facebook saying something happened there. And then this most recent one that happened, it's a Chicago suburb. Now, we wasn't really close logistically, but that's close enough. God damn it, you don't want that shit to happen nowhere, and that's too close for comfort. That shit can happen to anybody, anywhere. That's what I was checking some of my relatives on. That can happen in Springfield, Illinois. That can happen any goddamn where, anywhere. And it's just unfortunate that it did happen. It's very unfortunate. And it was a sobering thing, and we were speaking on that. But anyway, I was just surprised to be in the presence of multiple teachers in this conversation that was expressing that they can't teach critical thinking. They get frustrated with the kids. They so ready to retire. One of them said, I got my ruler. I know what to make them critically think my ruler. And it's like, I just even argue with her because I got a child that you could beat the shit out of. My oldest son, you could have had him hung by the rafters, strapping him up like a slave on a pole, beat the shit out of his back, that motherfucker is still gonna do what he wants to do. He's still that way. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is that he grew up. He himself finally grew up and caught up to what you really need to do and what is really important. And then he decided that's what he wanted to do, but he wasn't gonna do nothing that he don't want to do. So if you got a person that's oppositional, and that's extreme, and that's oppositional, coinciding with narcissism, he was challenging, to say the least, to raise. But he taught all of us, my whole family, the best life lessons, you know, the best ones. He deserved to live, you know. But I wasn't even thinking about trying to take his life. I was madly in love with his dad, who's also narcissistic. And he used to blame his behavior on his dad. Like, oh, his dad was not like you. But y'all are both narcissistic, very. They both narcissistic. Hey, Christy. Okay, I don't want to keep you from your job, and I need to be going too. I'm actually, my goal was to continue until the delivery comes from Walmart, and I don't know why they ain't come. That's another reason why I don't want to connect this device to my uh, Bluetooth phone. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be playing music. That put a damper on my party plans as far as this goes. Yeah, a ruler, the teacher saying that, and I'm like, man, that's deep. You know, I'm glad my school, we was just blessed. For some reason, that was some type of, pilot project. I don't think it was continued beyond that year, but it really should have been, and it really should be incorporated into everyday curriculum because it is just words. It's words that you use, that you express yourself. Like the story I tell all the time, because it really do work. It really do work beyond yelling and telling a kid what to do because you are thinking for them. And no matter how you think for them, that don't mean they think the same. They still, if you got an oppositional child, which I had one, and now I got oppositional grandchildren. I recognize it when I see it. It just don't throw me all off because my son gave me plenty of training on how to handle those folks. They have to want to do it. Those are the kids that whoopings ain't gonna work. I don't care how many you put I hear comedians crack jokes and say, my father, that's all he needed to cure my ADD was a belt. Okay, I'm one of those. A belt who would have cured, some things. I won't do things that will cause me to get belts. Okay, but you got kids don't give a damn. My kid was the type. He'll say, okay, I want that cookie. I said, no, you can't have that cookie. I put it high on the top of the refrigerator. And in his mind, he said, all my consequences gonna be whooping. Okay, I take the whooping. I want that cookie. And he's still like that. Ain't nothing changed. He only gonna do what he wants to do. So when he wanted to, he went back and got his education. He proved to the whole world that you can go back. Even when you drop out of school, you can go back and handle your business and get out of there. And he walked right out of his graduating class into a job paying $45 an hour working in the windmill in the renewable energy industry. The jobs really are out there, and they ready to take you without no experience at all. They willing to train you, everything. Okay, they did. You just gotta look for it. You gotta, And I've been trying to tell people what the catchphrases are. You say I gotta get back to spending that time for it. I'm off my goals and budget. Well, I'm trying to get to the point where I have some goals. That's one of the things. My problem, I don't have no goals. I'm just walking through life with no particular goals, and I keep allowing other people to give me their goal. And that ain't really my goal. Kareem, you said I love when you come on. Oh, my glasses. I gotta stop being trying to be cute. I hate glasses. I hated it from day one. I hit them. I broke them. I tore them up. I lost them on purpose. My mama spent tons of money on it throughout my childhood. I didn't get real with it until I had kids and had to drive, so I had to have them bitches on. So I was risking me and other people's life. So throughout my child rearing, I wore my glasses. Now I ain't got no cheering. I ain't going nowhere. I got to see far, and somebody else do the driving. So I ain't rushed to get my glasses, but that was a mistake because I couldn't see all those fine motherfuckers at the Chosen Few picnic, baby. Baby. Baby, baby. They was everywhere. And I want to talk about that. I want to keep it all the way real. Now, my friend, she was debating with me, the friend I went with, about that's not a gay event. And I agree with her. It's not. It's not a gay event. The Chosen Few, those were the five DJs that are legendary in house music, just like, like y'all got Cardi B and who else? Who fucking else these days? Megan Thee Stallion. We had the Chosen Few. Mike Dunn, Terry Hunter, that whole gang. If you from Chicago, you know who they talking about. You know they gonna bang that motherfucking box. I'm telling this because I know I'm part of y'all history. Y'all don't even know it. I'm y'all history. And these stories need to be told. They need to be told because it's going to be lost on y'all kids because they don't read. They don't want to read. It's going to be a problem. Put those specs on there. I hate glasses. I'm going to show you. Just how much I hate glasses. All right, I got my eyes just in case. Just in case, like my friend, she liked to drinky drink. I just do the puffy puff. She drinky drink. So if she got to the point where she couldn't drive, I can drive. So I carry a pair of specs just for that purpose, in a case I have to pinch hit. But I ain't serious about it for real. Because they a pair of glasses my brother found because he was trying to help me be able to be empowered to help him drive to Georgia. Anyway, because he likes to fall asleep. Yeah, well, he got good eyes. He don't need the specs, but he falls asleep. So we might have to take the wheel. Anyway, he gave me these glasses, which is attached to the bag I bought, which is one part of my haul that I was getting ready for the picnic. I was trying to get my picnic basket ready. So this is the backpack I bought that I like because it don't really look like a backpack. It looks more like a purse or a tote. I love that. $24, not bad at all. But anyway, I'm gonna show y'all my glasses. This is why I don't buy them, because no matter how many times I get them, either I lose them or somehow they end up like this. So I managed to hold on to my real prescription with this lens. It just push just came to shove, and I had to get behind the wheel. I can't put a speck on one eye and see the street. See the street sign or stop sign. And then these the ones my brother gave me, which do work both eyes. But I broke the handles, as you can see. So I don't know. I guess I might have to go to the Lion Club or something. Because I just refuse to spend all that money on it. I know I'm going to break them or drop them or lose them. I just don't like that. And I hate putting them on my face. In the summertime, I sweat. So I'm always taking them off because of that. I got to wipe the stuff off my face. Oh, no. See, I'm glad. See, I'm missing in action for another reason. I would have been showing cooking videos, but I had to learn a whole new style of cooking because y'all have an induction cooktop. Oh, man, the logo is covering it. Induction cooktops cook like as fast as microwaves. So you are making adjustments. And one adjustment, you said, okay, time to get them up. It's time. I know my family get on my case. But I do have on my list to do. So I'm being good. I got a to-do list. And I have to call the doctor for my glasses. Because I realize I do need it. It is gonna be times where I have to drive again. I don't normally drive because with fibromyalgia, it's painful. I mean, I'm not gonna volunteer, but if it's a life or death situation, I know how to do it. I know. I remember with both of my grandkids seeing me take over the wheel, they was like, "Nana, you drive?" Yeah. Who you think taught your daddy and your mama? So I know how to drive, but I don't because it's hard on my body. I ain't gonna volunteer for it, and that's why I love taking the train. So I got clips. I got clips of my whole trip on the train, showing y'all some of my challenges, and disabilities. But we trying to unpack, and it's taking me 2 days to do that, just because I have a hard time getting around to it. I collapsed yesterday, just collapsed. I set it all up and couldn't stay awake. And this video annoying me because I wanted y'all to hear that Mike Dunn. Mike Dunn did the damn thing. He banged that box, and I don't know why. I don't know why the music ain't cooperating with me. But I knew that story needed to be told too. So I learned some things. All right. So I don't know if I mentioned one of the things we learned. You said based on your insurance, you may be able to go to the ophthalmologist instead of an optometrist. It may be free or cheaper, or you may not have to have a copay for it. Um, yeah, because I'd rather get a surgery than have a thing that have to be on my face. I'm just never gonna get along with that. That's just I know to be true. That's me keeping it real with myself. Yeah, my son, he promised me he gonna get the generator. I got the solar panels. That's all. That's his biggest wish for me. And this is his first year, freshman year in his apprenticeship program. Which, by the way, you young men in high school that you ain't college material, and that's not a slight against you because I feel like my grandchildren are not college material, but they intellect is off the chain over here in the stratosphere. Those are ones that gonna be end up inventing the goddamn car that work with water and shit like that. Well, although it's already a black man who got credit for that. But I just feel like they gonna be on that level. And school, college, that's gonna bore the fuck out of them. They ain't gonna be motivated. Them the kind of kids you got to put in trades. So I'm glad they, listening to me and hearing me out and even going to school, doing, show and tell. I want to be an engineer. Um, yeah, my granddaughter, I got some new grandchildren now. Then part of the reason why I didn't come on live because I was going through some drama with that, and it still hurt. It's like grieving. When you lose a child, because I thought I was gonna have a newborn here every day. So I was adjusting my life to that, and not thinking about doing no YouTube videos because I was just doing my grandma thing. But that became drama, and I don't longer have the job, and it's just another glaring spotlight. I know why I went through it because it's the lesson. Because my sister said, "You just got to sit with it." I said, "This is." I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I was just like in a funk and didn't understand it because it wasn't no particular one thing I could say that was, putting me in a funk. Um, but it was that losing my child. I had developed a bond, and to have the baby mother have that much power that she could just snatch him away out of my life. That's hard for me to take, especially because I'm a foster child. I'm a ward of the state. I know what it feels like to not be cared for by your biological family. Me and my sister reunited, my foster sister. She closest to me, just as close to me as my blood sister that live in Texas, but she is physically closer to me because she moved here, following me. So your pecking order in a family is real. People look up to me and they follow me. I'd be shocked that people come around my way. And It's the same even on social media, even in real life. People just come up to me. They're not scared to approach me. People ask me, what's the time, what's the weather all the time. The ophthalmologist could tell you your options for LASIK and give you a prescription for glasses to use until you are ready for surgery. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's good information. Let me put that up. I didn't know that. That's good information. And believe it or not, it was the Kardashians. I would have never thought anything the Kardashian did would be something I wanted to do. But after I saw Kim, I was like, I kind of would like to consider that because I really hate glasses that much. So yeah, Kareem, you was asking about my granddaughter. Now my youngest granddaughter, she in school, and we warned her. She cut up like she did at the daycare. They kick you out of school too, okay? Because she got kicked out of daycare, but we had to teach her some critical thinking, ICPS, I can problem solve. See, that's what I'm gonna start putting up. I'm gonna start putting up a sign. I don't know if I made it. I don't know if I got it here or not, but I did make an ICPS. That's what ICPS stands for. I can problem solve. That's a skill you got to continuously develop. You need to learn. It should be mandatory, required learning in schools because that will resolve a whole lot of shit. I wonder how many people talked to that freak before he did his thing, blasting up the 4th of July situation. I would have just wondered how many people asked them. You gotta ask yourself, why? Why? When you ask questions about somebody else, ask yourself that question first. Okay? You gotta ask yourself why. Why does a freak want to get uh, innocent people dead and gone on the 4th of July? Why? So we are gonna have some grown folk versions of the Y game, and that's one. That freak that shot up that. Why you think he did that? And when to teach the critical lesson, it's not a judgment place because everybody can have a different answer. That is the whole point of having a playing adult version of the game because we really need more people who can think more than one way. Because my children tell me how their peers have a problem with that. When they think of one way to solve a problem and that don't work out, they stuck. They get stuck. They don't think of nothing else to do. And you got to instill that the sooner the better, the younger the better. But it can be taught at any point. And it's gonna be beneficial. You're gonna benefit, and you'll find yourself, wow, those were the right words to say. So I'll give you, for example, a story of my grandson. He hadn't quite been introduced as many of the games as my children, but he had a few of the words embedded. And so he was sitting up there tapping a shelf one day, just sitting there doing that. And no particular moment, he was just sitting and looking at me in my face in my room while I'm trying to do something on the computer. Well, of course, this is annoying, but it wasn't up to me to define that to him. And I simply just said to him, grandchild, do you think that is a good thing or not a good thing to do? So it is or is not. First of all, you make them think. And he sat there thinking about it. Is it or is it not a good thing? And he used his own brain to think about it probably is not a good thing and stopped on his own. Well, I didn't have to yell, would you stop it? That's annoying. Nobody's feelings was hurt. He just thought for himself. And he thought, might not be a good thing to keep doing that. Because now they're saying something about it. So it's that easy. That's how you get to critically think. You can put it in your life and lifestyle. I ain't got that book, but I be trying to give it away Nobody takes me up on. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody. I'm gonna stop doing that because there ain't no such thing as never and always. Take those out your vocabulary. You don't. You'd be surprised how many people just vomit the words always. You always woo 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 woo. You never woo 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 woo. Whatever that is. And that's not true. Nobody is always anything. That's part of ICPS. Yeah, I thought I had to sign my printer. Yeah, my printer, see, y'all just don't know. The struggle is real. I bought a new printer and the damn ink costs more than the printer. I'm sick of that printer. I wish I had just bought a used printer, the old one I had where I could get inks dirt cheap and refill the shit myself for pennies. They want the cost of the printer every month for some ink. I can't do it. Anyway, I can't make my sign right now, but I'm just talking about it. So is not those are two of the ICPS words. I can problem solve. And my grandson was able to solve that particular problem just thinking for himself. We do too much of the thinking for our kids. I see that a whole lot. I see that a whole lot. You'll say something, ask the kid something, and that parent answer like, "Wait, I was talking to the kid." You know, we don't think. You said you had to give all the baby mama space, then slowly communicate so that I see the kids. But I set boundaries. I schedule my time to get the kids. It cut down on a lot of junkiness. Yeah, I mean, well, if it was just left up to me, I have the personality and the demeanor that that the baby mama would feel comfortable bringing up to me. The thing is, these baby mamas be in their feelings about my sons, and that ain't my business. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you talk about it. I don't want to hear him. I don't listen to both of them, and they don't believe it. You know, the girl be thinking, I'm sitting there saying whatever, whatever to him, and I don't. My boys be busy saying my mama don't want to hear that shit. Every time I try to bring it up, my mama don't want to hear it. TMI, in my opinion, some things I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. All I want to hear is how you gonna solve the problem. ICPS. So how you gonna solve that problem? Whatever the problem is you got with that baby mama, how you gonna solve it? That's the only way. A point of perspective where I'm coming. I don't get in a relationship. I never did. I never will. I still not. And I think that's what they be mad about. The boy don't have the same feelings for them as they did. And that's they lick back when they take the kid. Here, you hurt me and I can hurt you back. That's the lick back. That's what I called it. So but I couldn't go over my son. That's what I'm saying. It's fine and dandy to keep the communication, which I did. I got a 14-year-old. I kept the communication with his mom. I'll be a fool not to. But she ain't right. She ain't shit baby mama. And that's his mama, but I ain't gonna say that in front of him. But if he come across this video, I'll keep it real, and I think he pretty much know it himself without me saying it, because I know his dad has said it plenty. Okay, so it ain't gonna be something he ain't never heard before. But out of respect, I won't say that to him directly in front of him. You know, for out of respect for his feelings. So that's what ICPS teaches me. Nobody always does anything. And that's them two words that y'all should remove out of your communication right away. That's easy to do. That's how you can start ICPS right away without getting any formal lessons. Stop saying you always, you never, because everybody does stuff sometimes. Nobody does it all the time. So they always gonna be defensive. When you start out a sentence like that in communication, you're gonna get defensive. Those are two of the ICPS words. Always, never, sometimes. 3 words. And maybe. Because you got some people that's impatient and they can't wait. So instead of just telling them no, you say maybe. It's a possibility good and they can live. Those kind of people go ballistic when you say no right to them right away. Oh, I thought that was something new that went up. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that LASIK, and I appreciate that advice. But now I'm kind of demotivated for the clutter thing because time is getting by me, and I need to make some phone calls. Um, I really wanted to talk about the picnic the most, which I had a good time. If I had to do it all over again, here's some of the things I would change. I am gonna bring my own uh disability devices. Cause I couldn't convince nobody that they can't disrespect and talk negative about my son to me, specifically about the children only. And I don't let them make me be the weekend babysitter. Yeah, see, I would have never volunteered, and it sort of was a foregone conclusion that none of them really wanted to drop the baby off on me because I really am physically challenged. My life is hard physically, and so I can't do what I used to do, like hold a baby, you know. But I was trying, I was doing the best I could, and my son came through, giving the baby everything he needed. I ain't had to think about a diaper, and she gave the breast milk. My thing is, when they don't get along, that shouldn't come out on the baby. Because when she brought the baby back to see me, here she's talking about it's unfortunate that I'm in between them. And it's not. I'm not in between y'all at all. It's nothing in between me and this baby but you. And she couldn't see that. That's what I want to figure out a way to communicate that to these baby momzillas when they turn to those ways and knowing is wrong, knowing is hurtful, knowing it ain't helpful in no kind of way, shape, or form, and you hurting your own kids. When you go out your way to hurt a man because he hurt you and you hurt your own kids in the process, what kind of mother are you? This mother pats herself on the back and say she's an amazing mom, okay? Because she got six and she got a house and a car and keep a job. You know, you're not amazing if you're alienating any of your kids from their dad, biological dad. And the place. Oh, she claims she don't, and they all do. They all claim they don't. Some of them, all of them, all his girlfriends went on to somebody else and went on to have more kids about by somebody else, but still giving him problems with the child they have together. I don't understand that, but beyond the fact that you must still have feelings or feel some type of way that you got to still punish him for not treating you right. Because I think it's fucked up. My granddaughter, the oldest granddaughter, that her mother think we should come up there. I'm disabled to keep coming up there to visit with her. That's crazy. And my son does it. I'm not gonna do it. She need to come down here. So I think that's the case with both of my sons and all the baby mamas. I think they still had feelings for them, and it didn't go the way they wanted to do, so they turn around and play emotional games, emotional blackmail games with the baby. Don't do that. You fuck up yourself, your kids, and the child, the child you got with the son. So I do believe that's an element of that's what's going on. It got to be. And that's another reason why I was going to the picnic because I didn't want to hear none of that. She brought them on, and thank goodness she brought them over to let me see them before I went to the picnic. That cheered me up because I really was depressed, and I just kept it real. I didn't hold back my feelings, but see what's wrong with my son can't have the same feelings. When I expressed the feelings publicly and said how it hurt me, it caused me grief. Everybody was empathetic. People don't give men the same type of emotional outlet to express that. If he was to come on and cry about how he don't get to see the baby, he couldn't do that. He would look like a simp. It would look down upon. He'd be shunned. but he was feeling those same feelings, the loss. It's a grief. And so that's why when I said I kept the lines of communication, but I did not go over him because she should be calling him first to make sure he get to see his daddy, not the grandma. It's not the grandma over the daddy. And so I stepped back. But she did agree to let me come the day I was coming to the picnic. I was getting ready for my train. I was grateful she came back and she picked me up from Walmart. I wanted to show my little stuff I got from Walmart. Well, one of them is that backpack. That backpack came through for me big time. Um, she uh she helped me get to the picnic that day, and I got to see my grandbaby, and that cheered me up. But she still got the last say so. Who know where she at? She says she in Texas. I don't get it. I just don't like that not having control. You just don't go through that with a daughter. My daughter, I ain't never had that kind of problem whatsoever, ain't even threatened to come close on no days. No days would I think my daughter would ever fix her lips and say that her daughter couldn't come to my house. This is a situation unique to me, and I got two boys, and they going through the same thing, and they all going through the extremes of each one. Where mama done committed fraud, basically for real, and put a baby on them, and they paid child support and been proven that it's genetically not theirs. Then the parental alienation, he's the bad guy, she's the good guy. And that I'm strangers too. She 10 years old. We strangers. That I watched the Barbie doll house go out my house because it took that long for her to come up off of her feelings to allow that child to come down to my house and play with that doll house. It was just collecting dust. It didn't make no sense. That was making all of us sad to see the house just still sitting there collecting dust because this woman won't come back or back down on her, just allowing a 10-year-old to come down to this side of her family. When he picked up the doll house and took it away and just took it to her, it did something to me. And it did something to me on a couple of levels because my kids all know how cheap I was. I'd be damned if I spent $200 on a doll house. You better learn how to build a house with some popsicle sticks. I'm one of them kind of mamas. I don't do Barbie Dream House. But see, now I'm trying to be a change person because that's how I do my kids. I don't do the grandkids. I don't get the thing that they want. Even if it costs $200. Thinking that would be, the incentive. Come on down. You could come and play with Nana with the Dream House. And I was all excited to be making the dials and to look like more like Nana. I bought the handicap one so Nana could come over there and be in the elevator, come on both floors. I didn't get to do none of that. The dial actually had an outfit just like one that I won't throw away. Hey, people just don't even understand the grandma side on the father, the daddy, the baby daddy side. They don't even take that in consideration. They be so busy in their feelings toward the man. And they need to learn. Because whatever they doing wrong with my son, I guarantee you that's a problem they going to have with every man they need. Because most men ain't going to take the shit off of you that you dishing out. So I just think that in all the cases, it's a case where they still want my sons. They didn't want, that's they lick back when they used the child. That's they lick back. And now without the music, I'm discouraged about this how what else did I want to talk about? Because I did talk about that freak. Oh yeah, I want to talk about family and friends. You know, family can get on your nerve because somebody was asking me, did you You went out of town so you could have a moment with your family. No, I went out of town so I could get away from my family. I wanted to see some friends. I was tired of my family. Because my family, it was imposing, and they still impose to this day. And it's very hard for me to decide I want to make a YouTube video and because I don't want it to be starring them because they are narcissistic. They got to be seen, and they just get on my nerves. And I enjoy being here alone because this is one of the things you can do when you by yourself. Everybody gone. I'm glad they're gone. I came back to my house, to myself. No people there. This one of the things you can do. This one of the things you can do when you by yourself. You can get something out the refrigerator and drink out the bottle. My family don't understand. I need that time. And every time they take it personal, I said, okay, well, you want to see me naked? Oh, no, God, don't do that. Then they get the picture. I just want y'all gone so I can walk around naked. I hate my music ain't playing. That's bothering me.
100%. Connect with you. SM900.
I think I gotta disconnect everything.
Disconnected. SM900.
I'm so mad that I can't play the house music. And I even tried to do it from the laptop, but I can't use the laptop audio because I'm talking on the laptop audio.
Connect with you. SM900.
It ain't cooperating. It's just taking all the joy from the video. I wanted to hear some house music. Authentic. It ain't cooperating.
SM900. Disconnected. Ready to connect. Connect with you. SM900.
I guess it wasn't meant to be. I purged my soul. And I just make the haul a different video. But I had a good time. I learned a few things. I hope some of it helped you, especially the critical thinking part, because some things y'all can start today without no other lessons. Start losing the word always and never, because nobody is always anything. Nobody. And see, I had it all set where my tablet was doing an excellent job of being a music DJ. But I cracked the screen on that. That's another thing I gotta take care of today. Let me put that on my to-do list. It ain't cooperating. It just had to embarrass me. Should these gadgets be temperamental, child? That's embarrassing. You know how that be. We need to do a why exercise on dating post quarantine. That's a good one. That's a good one, cause child, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you didn't leave me. Yeah, I know you gotta be at work, but when I was at the picnic, my friend was she was really being herself, so it really wasn't nothing new. Even though she the boldest, she'll go to a club like that. She was being opinionated about it's not a gay club, but it is an offset of the gay life. But I've met plenty of straight people in that club. Straight people love house music. They went to the gay clubs to hear it. But the Chosen View was instrumental in spreading that throughout Chicago. So they not was not really known as gay clubs per se. They had a market too, and it was they were the ones you first heard on the radio where it was out to the mainstream instead of underground in the gay club. But anyway, it's gay people that's there. She turned me out to it. I didn't want to go because the stigma of the gay thing. I was like, well, why am I gonna go to a gay club when I go to a traditional club then, and I don't even get nobody to ask me to dance there? Why am I gonna go someplace where I know they don't like women? But it ain't like that at all in the gay environment. Shit. Even if the motherfucker gay, if you like to dance, you get your ass on the floor and dance. He gonna dance with you. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. If you could dance good, oh man, you in there like swimwear. And that was me. So even if they was gay, they still would dance with me because we had a good time. So and now we all up in age, the house heads. We got family now. So we ain't gonna be behaving in the same way. So we ain't gonna be as hoish or hoochie. We're gonna be on a little more conservative, especially if you brought your kids with you, You ain't gonna have all the ass and titties out, you know. um what we was having a hard time with, you don't know what the situationship was. If you see two guys together, you don't know whether that's their homie or that's their man. And that's for real, for real. And it ain't just, and see, I was debating the fact that it ain't just a gay thing. That's just in the world in general thing now because trans is so out all the flamboyant people, they out. But then it's a whole bunch of people that's conservative and still down low, and they ain't gonna be as flamboyant, and you don't really know. Like one guy that talked to me, I couldn't hear over the music what he said to me at the party, but when I played the video back, I realized he was introducing me to his son. When at the party, I was thinking he was introducing me to his mate, because I didn't know what he was, and since I didn't really hear clear what he said, I wasn't finna intrude on none of that. But I'm sure he was like, "Damn, I wonder why she left." But it was a cool thing that it was him and his son, and they enjoying the house music. It was passing it on. He and the son was having a good time too. You know what, girl? I'm gonna write these down because these some good ones. All right, so with something coming out of this one, maybe it wasn't meant to be for the music playing. I might have to save that one for the night because I got some rip running to do. And first of all, mainly my goddamn rent. That's more important than anything else I'm doing. I need to get my show on the road. I'm out of here to handle that. But I want to write those down. Those are some good ones. The other one I wanted to do was about the some good adult Y game. Okay, good adult Y games because it's needed. I mean, my son was catching his own self when he was saying shit to me, cause he called himself, he man, he this Israelite, and he man, and we need to be calling ourselves Jews, and ooh, and then he go, he getting into with his girlfriend about the man thing in the woman's place. Oh, I ain't going there, not with you, bro. That's some Neanderthal shit to me. I can't follow you there, but I respect his space. And I gave him respect as a man of a father. I am not gonna go over him as it relates to those kids. And I didn't take not one action, one step prior to him doing it. Because I could have been exercised my right, grandparents' rights to have a visitation on all my grandkids. But I wanted him to be the one to take the lead. because that's the most important relationship that need to be established is with the actual parent, not the grandparent. Oh, how do we become the person we want to attract? How do we? Because that's what we went through. We become the person we want to attract. Because I'm gonna tell you, I keep attracting the nuts. I'm all with mental illness, but I don't know why they attracted to me, the mentally ill. Like I'm trying to be on the mental wellness thing. Okay, uh, that's a good one. And what's the other one? Why these ex situationships in my inbox? Yeah, why these ex situationships? The one I wanted to discuss was something that happened in the public recently. Ships in my DMs. Um, the massacre. Why? Why is these motherfuckers massacring motherfuckers? Okay, are we on the verge of the next civil war? Like I don't know what's really going on here. So that was on what was on my brain. Like why are these massacres happening? And to me, is in my opinion, it's because that motherfucker ain't never had a lesson about why. ICPS, I can problem solve. He ain't never had that kind of discussion or steering or learning. I would be willing to put my life on that. I just don't think you will come to those kind of extreme ways to solve any of your problems. Not massacre. Like, what did that get you really? And why did he make it out alive? Like I said, when you answer those questions, why it ain't for you to be judgmental. Because trust me, I'm gonna make sure when we raise the question up and we open up the panel, and hopefully we get more people actively participating in it. It's not. It's only challenge as far as problem solving and critical thinking is just keep thinking of a different way he could have solved that problem. Why aren't the people I cut out of my life resurfacing? Like the users and good heart abusers, because they know that you done peaked that game. You ain't they ain't finna pull no wool over your eyes no more. They don't like that. Why are these massacres? I hope this is my delivery. This was my official stopping point. So hold on, y'all. And I hope maybe I can get that damn music coming back in. I think this is my Instacart. It better be. This situation is actually getting on my nerve because I put this order into Walmart last night and it was delayed and never showed up. Now I redid it this morning and I still don't get it. So I got to get off this live and handle my business because some of these companies don't have a phone. You can only do it through a computer. Why is dating harder? Men and women have it's walls. It's walls. When I was at this picnic, see, you bring up some good ones. Why are these massacres? We was at this party the whole time, plenty of fine guys every fucking where, but you don't know. So I told my friend we have to step up our opening lines first. We really got to step those up. Cause it's real. It was real simple for me to say, "You having a good time? Are you having a good time?" That's neutral. You're not saying, "Oh, you so fine. I want to fuck you," you know. But people's walls are up because you don't know whether they trans. You don't know whether this is a real one because you know the real women look like trans with the way they makeup is on. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing, y'all. That shit is real. And men ain't always gonna approach because they confused. Like they don't want to be stuck picking up somebody that's trans if you straight. So the walls are up. And then if you know, well, like my friend, she's a school teacher. She can't be out there being a hoe. Oh, not hoe, not for real, for real. One of her students might be in the mix and see that. So I understand why she more reserved, but I was like, honey, sister, girl, we can't just sit here in one place and just think they just gonna fall into our world, you know. So I went around and I asked plenty of people, are you having a good time? Most of them said yes. And I got that on camera. Now, if I wasn't recording and I wasn't just doing me a, go around once just to say I was in that number, then I would have took the time to continue the conversation with at least one of them, especially the one that asked me for a sucker. I was shocked because I was walking around there with my sucker then. I really do that in real life. I really be walking around with my sucker in my mouth. And he asked me for one. But me, because my walls was up, when he asked me for one, I didn't know what was up with him. He didn't really come on to me. And then he introduced me to somebody, but I didn't hear what he said actually because the music was so loud. But my phone picked up what he said because I was closer to the man than the music. So I heard him introduce me to his son. I just said that was interesting because I probably would have just sat there and, continue the conversation with that one, the one that asked me for my lollipop. Um, but our walls are definitely up. And I don't really know no advice to give nobody because when I tell my real story, I tell people I've never had a boyfriend till college. Nobody asked me out. And the guy I asked, nobody asked me to the prom. And the guy that I did ask, he waited to the last minute. He agreed, he accepted my invitation, but dumped me for a white girl at a school in the suburbs of Chicago. Um, at the last minute. So I never had that experience where I'm just pursued until I got to the internet. I'll keep that real. But when it came to I could pull them when I went to the house music clubs. I couldn't do that in a traditional club because you had to sit there in a chair and wait for somebody to ask you to dance. And if you surrounded by other friends, you get the last pick. You end up being the coat check and purse check girl. That's what happened to me. But when I went to the house music club, all you had to do was just dance, and I had 4, 5 around me, males and females, dancing, having a good time. So I knew it wasn't, the way I looked or my size. I thought it was that thick. I most of the time I think it's height. I think the primary reason why most guys, the average guy in my situation, I think, is my height. It's my height. I think it is. Because people are superficial like that. Because I don't think, I never thought I was ugly. I always thought I was cute. I could see. I look in the mirror. I'm not ugly. And I didn't think that one. Um, and, so it's a different thing now. I don't know why. Why aren't we establishing and defining friendships with I am? You looking at a child, let me write that down. Why? Because these things need to be talked about. Why they need to be talked about? Because I got a son who got a 14-year-old and a newborn now. I thought he was through. I thought he knew. Who and why is people fucking raw these days? I don't understand. I understand that. So you looking at somebody in 11 years of abstinence, baby, with pride, because you don't accidentally slip on no dick. Why? Let me put that up. I can't see it. Uh, Let me put that on display, girl. You coming up with some good ones. We gonna have these discussions because I want to know. I ain't no expert. I ain't coming on here talking about I know nothing from Adam. I just want to know what your opinion is, your perspective, and that is the point of the critical thinking of the ICPS. Because everybody gonna have a different answer and different reason, and we gonna respect that. That's gonna be respected on my platform. Different points of view. It ain't this game ain't to be played to have the most right answers or be the most righteous. That ain't how this works. It's just to think of a different thing, a different way. The more ways you come up with, the more you are training your brain to just loosen up and think. So many of us get frozen and stuck, and we don't think of nothing else and then panic. And you in a life death situation, you don't think of nothing else you could do. The monkeypox is real. I don't want no monkeypox either. Ooh, that's what I mean. I didn't even want to kiss. And my friend, she had complete germophobia. She was driving me nuts. But I mean, I understand it. I get it. She was wearing her mask. She had the mask on at the event. We was wearing it, in the stores we went into. She would, even though it ain't, required, it wasn't required in Chicago. That's why the event happened, because we could take the mask off, but she wasn't. She was still doing it. She was wiping everything down. I was like, all these rituals, this gonna drive me nuts. But you don't want no damn monkeypox. So now I don't want to kiss nobody. Man, it changed the way you socialize because this my girl that we get, we be putting it up in the air. But now you don't do puff puff pass. Ooh, no, no COVID for me. And so it did feel like we was, sharing, smoking on a peeps pipe. It has changed the way we socialize. It absolutely did. For real, for real. Why are these, okay, why is dating harder? I think it's because everybody that came out and we don't know who was who. That whole trans thing, the fuck the cis. And I think that's a negative label to the cis people because, I think all of us is fluid in some way. When you in the womb, you're able to receive love from both sexes until you determine sex. When you come out and it's sex determined, boom, you're locked into these things. But all while you're in the stomach, both people could be talking to the baby and getting that energy. Men and women fall victim to the down low, folks. When you do gay and heterosexuals call them out and put us, yeah, it's. I mean, I seen so much drama on the internet, that was all about threesomes and whatnot with the gay world in the twirl and with the straight. It was just, it's that simple. It's that simple. Some of that was from that. hmm And when I went to this event, I mean, it was people that was obviously that, but me, even as a woman, I realized women, there are some trans women that look like a man, and I can't tell, and it ain't no giveaways, and I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that, and we can't force people like to wear a label. I'm trans, like what? So it's affecting. It's affecting, and COVID in and of itself is affecting how we socialize. Cause nobody want to go to work. You know how many places I went to Chicago, and they didn't have no staff. Like the WalMarts didn't have no staff in the deli because people ain't even coming back to work. Like they done. They so done. They not coming back to work, and they gonna do work from home. Cause they don't want to be in no environment they coming in contact with all them peoples. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure it's a prevalence, Christy. It's a prevalence of that now with the internet. And I was binge watching the what do they call it? the fake profile, catfish. Oh my God. People forming whole fake relationships. It's harder these days. That's one reason why I was so determined to go to an event. Because I want to meet a real person, not virtual. I'm so sick of talking to virtual friends that I'm never going to meet, that I haven't met so far yet. I don't know what that's saying about the relationship, and I don't want to poo-poo on them because I really do have what I consider good friends or relationships that are virtual, and I've never met the person in real life yet. They never get the backlash men go through because no one ever thinks women do it. Oh, they do it, baby. Because I'm telling you, I mean, I hung out. Well, my friend don't want to call it a gay club, but I hung out with that crowd because I love me some house music, and that's where it was played. That's where it was played. La Mirage, Music Box, the Chocolate Factory, the Playground, um, the Power Plant, the Warehouse. Those were gay clubs. COD, that was a college joint, but that was kind of, it was fading out when that was, the heyday as far as house music. And that's when I put my big girl panties on because I was 6 months pregnant, still want to go out dancing, partying. And I'm having a good time dancing, partying. And so we get to the basics of introducing myself to who I'm having this much fun, and this dude introduce, he tell me his name, and then he say he in school, the usual stats, the name, you work and he say he go to school, so I'm just assuming that he is talking about college, because after all, we at CODs. No, we ain't in college. He goes to Mendel, which Mendel is a high school known for their house music. But I was like, God damn, I got a high school kid in my 25. I was through. That was my last day of going out to the party. Because at a point, you get to a point where you grow up. So I like the picnic because all the legendary DJs came. That's a place you can come and be with plenty of people your age, but then it's still young people that's in it because they parents get it and the kids is there and we picnic it. Oh my God, the barbecue, if you a foodie! Woo! The barbecue that was going through the nostrils there. It's a great time. Christy, you say you have female friends and family members who are in those situationships, then take drama. Oh my God, that's the thing. You know, it gonna take the old school gay motherfucker to tell you what you're doing wrong. Too many of these side chicks, they got a voice. And when you get out and speak in that voice and let it be known, that's how you set your situation up to get killed. Because that shit happened for real, for real. I don't even understand it. Keep your private life to yourself. You know your side chick. Coming out on social media is not a good thing. But some people have convinced themselves of the lies they tell. So I'm abstinent. I don't get into them kind of drama. But I was getting dragged into it with my sons. And both of the girls, they want to talk to me about it. What you think I'm going to tell you? You think I'm going to, say my son ain't shit? That's my sons. I don't know what they thinking. But I still be there for them as support in terms of, well, you ain't got to take that shit. If you doing all that, you ain't got to take that. But me, I think all along they be just aggravating. It just be drama because they know they can do it and they know they can tie them up in court and have all kinds of shit happen to them, and they ain't gonna get charged. Cause I think any bitch that collect child support, rent, whatever the hell you get, and then you find out it ain't the baby daddy or it ain't, that's fraud, and your ass should be be charged, just like they charge the men with not paying child support. They lock them up with the quickness. Why they don't like these bitches up that be committing fraud? You know you fuck somebody else. You know it's a possibility. But you done put it on this man, got him thinking, that's fraud. Why we can't tell people no without feeling guilty? Now, I used to have that problem. I don't know. That's the one good thing I can say came from fibromyalgia. Because when I'm Naomi, I'm laid back. I'm with it. I'm down for whatever. And they love, I got love for everybody. But when I'm tired and I'm hurting, I'm cranky and Shanae come out. And I don't give a damn. I will tell you no in a minute. No, I can't do that. No, you got to go. No, I'm done. No, I'm told. But I used to have a hard time telling people no. A lot. It was bad, especially when I was younger. I lived through so much stress, and I really think that's what caused it. Holding on to all that stress by saying yes, being a yes man. Yes to everything. Okay, yeah, I do it, but Shanae is sitting on my shoulder all the time. Oh, hell no. No, I'm not going. No, I'm not going. No, I'm not going to do that. I say no quick. And that came from fibromyalgia. Anyway, Christy, you help me get all these watch hours, and I ain't even get to the clutter. But this is what I'm saying no to forever. I'm not loving all this shit. I did some shopping, so I was carrying this bag, my laptop in this bag, and then this cooler. Can you see the cooler? No. I'm going to say no to that because it's too much. Because the one thing I learned on this trip is that I could have took this one outfit and this one outfit only and been okay. I would have been okay because I could have bought whatever it is I was lacking. You know, I could have bought a t-shirt, and then my friend had some shirts herself that would have been big enough. So all of the clothes I brought besides this outfit, that could have stayed. But that's what's in the cooler. The clothes I brought. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's why I'm gonna quit taking all this stuff. But the best buy was this cooler because I can sit on it. So that came in handy at the picnic. So yeah, this was my best buy. So that's what I'm gonna talk about before I get off of here. The best buy ever. Because it locks. So that was somewhat of a cane. I can sit on it and get up without nobody help. And it carried my purse. Because I had my backpack in there when I was at the picnic. I didn't have a bunch of clothes, I just had my backpack. And that worked out perfect. And I feel like now, if I travel, I'm limiting it to that bag right there. Because that bag holds a lot. And that's all I needed to do was put one change. I didn't need none of the rest of them clothes that's in that container. But my auntie gave me a ice maker. So that's what's in this cooler now. I collected stuff for the pandemic. Why is it hard for a hoarder to use it? I keep thinking this is not the moment to use it. I still get it. I've been hoarding soap and stuff too, but I don't know what to do, what the cure is. But I'm still working on it because I'm definitely going to force myself because what I do, I put all this stuff in a crate. And And then I get a visual of how much I got to get rid of. So in order for me to keep this stuff, I just came here with, I have to do the haul later because I got to get going. I got to go pay my rent job and among other things, and make some phone calls. So yeah, I've got to get out this video. That's a good one. I don't know what the deal is, because I binge watched them. And my house ain't never been one of those where you can't see the floor and you can't walk nowhere. Oh, that would drive me nuts. But I definitely know that I got some hoarding ways. And so do a number of my family members. And some of them that hoard is so neat. They so neat with it. So ain't nobody gonna accuse them of hoarding because they neat with it. So it's the hoarding tendencies in my family. It's coming even with the grandkids because I said nobody gonna have that space, my little extra nook in the house. Let's see, I can't point. In the house, that could be a bedroom. All my family don't claim that space. No, that's my space. And I don't want your little junk cluttering it up. So I made them get their stuff out of here and straighten out before they left out of my house. All right, you go ahead. We could continue with the clutter journey because I wanted to say something before I left out of town because I was struggling with the stuff, what to take, couldn't make up my mind, indecisive, and that's part of the problem. But I will make sure my house music is together. When I play it from my tablet, I'll be having these problems. And see, these phones, I don't know. They gave me a hard time today with the house music, but we'll come back on another day for some decluttering. Cause I got time. I got time. I want to talk about it. And other people do makeup. We're gonna declutter. It just be me and you. I don't care. Just be me and you. Cause I don't need 1,000 in the chat. People got 1,000 in the chat. That shit is hard to manage and maintain and read and keep up with, and it's not enjoyable. So I like people who can, exchange verbally back and forth. Yeah, I got a plan. See, look. See, right there, plan. That is the master plan for all of this. All these categories, traveling, my disability, the garden, even the garden, especially garden, because I just saw one person who was doing their car and he just had the whole thing written out. I said, I ain't going to never do that. But you know what? That's exactly what I need to do because I didn't plan for all my plans to die. I should have had a plan B for that. All my plans died. I went to the picnic. My family didn't take care, so I came home to dead plants. And then it rained so much. We had a big rain and a heat wave. So the plants I put outside got killed too, drowned with the water or scorched with the sun. I'm looking for life after 50, health, relationship, travel, reality, and sex. I heard that, Christy Lewis. Me too. I want to travel. And I can't be expecting to travel and get up and go when I'm lugging too much stuff. That's too much stuff. This is what I was lugging. It's too much stuff. But I don't regret it because, like, one of the things I got that I need. I wanted to install it in my friend's house, but I need this, honey. So my auntie, whose son just passed away, that's who I'm going back today for funeral service. I need this. People don't understand the significance of that. My friend didn't even understand how I'm gonna get that back home with me, but I'm a pack rack, so I know how to pack. Sure got that sucker with me on the train. So I repacked everything so I could bring it home. And then I got an ice maker inside the cooler. She gave me that too. So I got everything home, but I don't want to travel like that. I want to have a tiny house or RV. I'm ready. I'm ready to make that purchase because I want to see my family. I don't want this long years of stuff going by and I don't get to see them. And then when the issues of my sons, they can't get visitation to their house, I come to you then. Shit. Let them come to me in my tiny house. But my aunt gave me a ice maker. My friend that I went to stay with in the city don't understand my need for ice. When you got arthritic knees, you gotta ice them. So I carry ice with me traveling. I keep that with me because it ain't no joke out there. So my auntie gave me this ice maker, and I'm happy to get that. But my friend, she was looking at me in amazement. She didn't know how I was gonna get this stuff home. I said, I know how to pack. So this is a desktop ice maker. So I don't have to be using the refrigerator for that. And I'm glad. So I don't think it was a bad thing that I packed that and took it with me, and I lugged it all the way from Chicago on the train. Had to get help to unload and load it on the train. Because I'm happy to get the ice maker and the toilet seat, because I need those things. If you got a tall friend and she walk with a cane, she might be too shy to tell you that toilet seat too low. So, let your friend have the toilet seat. It's not cute. It's not cute when you got to worry about you can't get up off the toilet. That's my invisible disability that I don't want to talk about. It's embarrassing, you know, and the world don't accommodate me on that. See, I'm tired of the reason why I started my YouTube channels because I was tired of being invisible. I was tired of having invisible disabilities. I am a friend. I'm 5'11", so if I haven't been to your house and you're inviting me, invest for me. If you love me, you don't have to. But if you love me and you want me to come visit, I'm gonna need you to buy one of these for your toilet. I'm not telling you to exchange and get rid of a perfectly good toilet, but this tremendously help a person like me. I'm tall. It's a drama to go to anybody's house. My daughter, I couldn't take her house no more because she ain't got nothing, no grab bars or nothing, no risers. I can't get off the goddamn toilet. You said, what's the name of the ice maker? Yeah, what is the name of it? I didn't even look at the name. I was so happy to get it. My aunt said they were just pushing stuff on her insurance. It's called Breg. It's called Breg, B-R-E-G. Breg Polar Care. I haven't used it yet. Look, I ain't even unpacked yet. This is supposed to be my unpacking song. That's all I got to unpack is the freezer and the toilet seat. I have to have a part 2 for the rest of the unpack because I already been doing this. Ooh, 2 hours and 54 minutes. So I got to get off of here because I got to go pay my rent. I'm acting like I don't know I need to do that. No, I haven't used it yet. I look forward to it because I don't like having to take up the space in the refrigerator for ice. And I plan to do more loading food up in that refrigerator, especially now. I'm going to put the zucchini down. I want to have, frozen foods. Yeah, I got to go. So, yeah. I'm so sad about the music not playing. Why are you playing with me? I don't know why it did not cooperate with me. Yeah, I don't want to turn around. I get turned around. I don't know why. This thing would not cooperate with me. I was jamming.
Connected to SM900.
It ain't gonna do it. Uh-oh. All right, y'all. Because I'm finally getting a little taste. Hey! Hey! I didn't get to be fast. Now it works. I guess it was meant for me to say what I said, okay? I was being fast on this song, y'all. All right, peace and love. I'll see y'all again in the next video. I don't know. I won't turn around.